Hello guys, how's everybody doing? I pray all is well with you and your families. And if you're new to this channel, welcome. My name is Nancy. So guys, as you know, if you don't know, my son graduated high school this year and he's about to go to college, guys. Ooh, yeah, exciting. Anyway guys, I am excited, a little bit excited. All glory goes to God that he was able to finish high school, so I'm grateful. But also I'm so conflicted, guys. I am so conflicted. I have all these emotions arising from nowhere, just everywhere, guys, especially now that the time is about to come. We are almost done with July. August is around the corner and I'm like, oh my God, yeah. So I'm so conflicted, guys. Why? It's because maybe, you know, when you have a college dropout, even though you tell yourself you have moved on, it's okay, everything will be okay, really, but then it's more like a scar. If you have other children, that scar now starts to present itself with so many emotions, because even though they dropped out, you have these reminders telling you that, you know what, this can repeat itself. So you want to like erase that part, but you can't, especially when you have student loan. That loan is looking at you, telling you, yeah, well, I understand and I feel sorry for you that your child did not graduate, but guess what, you are still going to pay me. That's the student loan talking to you every time. So now you have another child that is about to go to college, and you wonder now in yourself that, okay, am I advising my child because of the scar that was left? Am I just afraid that this will repeat itself? I'll have another college dropout? Or am I advising my child because I am wiser? I'm trying to make wise decision here, you know. So you are then conflicted here, like, okay, what is my real motive here? Am I just scared, or am I really trying to advise? Am I trying to advise this child wisely, you know? So it's like, oh God, help me, pray for me, guys. If you are in this situation also, where you are conflicted, like don't know what to do, I'm praying for you. You pray for me, because really, guys, to be honest, I really don't want my child to go to college. I don't want my son to go to college. I know it doesn't make sense, but I don't want them to go to college right now. They can go to college later. That's where I stand. Does that make me a bad parent? I don't know, but as for right now, if that makes me a bad parent, then hey, I don't know. I just don't want them to go to college. So this is why, guys. Well, of course, you know, I think some of it's coming from that my daughter did not graduate. Yeah, I understand. But really looking at the situation, really, this is how I'm gonna tell you. This is how I've been discussing this situation with my son, to make him understand both sides. So I had to lay it out there on the table, and it's his choice at the end of the day. I'm not gonna force him or control the situation. I'm out of that business. I'm not here to control anyone's decisions no more. So I just lay it out there, and it's up to him to make a wise decision with what we tell him. So of course my husband wants him to go to college because of his football thing, but really at the end of the day I'm like, and I don't want him to go to college now. I want him to, I was telling him, you know what, at least take a break, take a 1 year break from school, right? That would be awesome. During that break, you get you a full-time job and work. Make sure you are stable at that full-time job, because if you do your job good, you show up at work, you are never late, you're never calling out or whatever, calling sick, whatever, they will promote you, and you go higher and higher, and at least at that job you can discover whatever gifts you have inside you already. And you can save your money, you can travel the world, you can travel everywhere where you really wanted to go. You can do that in that 1 year period. And then at least once you discover yourself, you know exactly what you can study at school, at college. You now have an idea, and once now after that 1 year or 2 years, when you go back to school, now you have a focus exactly on you can focus on your talents, and you can really, instead of just doing the bachelor's, you now go full-blown to you do your PhD, because as we know bachelors now, it's so much competition, it's becoming like, really, I was surprised that looking for a job, bachelors, some will be like, oh, we want a bachelor's degree, yet they are starting you at $15 per hour. I was like, how would you pay your student loan with $15 per hour job? And how would you pay your bills? And then how would you take care of your family? So really, you find that really bachelor's degree, it's so much competition out there, unless you have been on with the company and you are in other areas of nursing and things like that, then you are sorted, you are good. So that's what I was trying to tell him. Just get you a job, or you can get you a part-time job, and you can do a part-time. You can do part-time college at a community college, and take like 2 classes per semester. That way you have your part-time job and 2 classes, so that you can get rid of all those prerequisites classes, and you don't have to even have a student loan. You can just pay off your classes as you go, and then once you're done with your prereq, maybe by that time you would have discovered also what you really want to do, and then you can go to a university where you can pursue your career. And I think that's reasonable. But I had to be fair. I told him also, if you want to go to college, there's nothing wrong going to college now, but make sure you are going to college knowing exactly that you are in this to win. You go to that college and you make sure when you are done, you graduate. You give yourself a goal, be responsible for yourself, that if it says 4-year, it's a 4-year degree, make sure you either finish earlier or make sure you finish in that 4-year period. No going over or whatever, making it a 5-year. Just 4 years, and let it be 4 years, and graduate. Because if you don't graduate, we have learned our lesson already as parents. Once parents learn something, they have learned something. They're not going to try and repeat the same mistake. So I was telling him, once you don't graduate and you decide to drop out, oh, too bad, because we learned our lesson, and you are a boy. And then you are a black boy. We're not going to be spoon feeding you, babying you here, We'll just make sure you come from your college, we give you 2 weeks to get you 2 jobs and to get out of the house, find you a place to live, and be responsible for yourself. Because guess what? You won't need one job when you don't have a bachelor's degree, because we all know that he knows, because he works now, that just you getting a job without a bachelor's degree, the startup pay is what, $10, $12, $13 per hour. That's about it. $12.50, and that's it. And we know that you cannot pay a rent, any rent. You cannot pay anything with a $12.50 job. You can't pay for your one, even for a studio apartment, with a $12.50 job. So you're going to need 2 jobs. You will need two $12.50 job, 2 jobs for you to survive out here, because you need to pay your rent, pay your bills, have food, and have fun, because you're young. So that's the 2 options. So I'm like, you know what, I would think taking a break will be wise. Travel the world, save your money, figure what God already put inside you, and then once you figure out that, and you have done all the partying or whatever is in your system is out of your system, when you are ready to go to college, you'll be ready, and then you go graduate. I think that's reasonable. Or if you want, you do 2 part-time job and part-time school, get the prereqs out of the way, then you now go to a university and do your career. But if you go to college, man, just make sure you graduate. Just make sure you graduate. So yeah, that's where my conflict is, guys. That's where I'm conflicted. Like, wow, if they just choose the college thing, yeah, it's just a matter of trusting God, trusting and trembling that they don't repeat the same mistake. I have hope, but it's just if those, that conflict will keep on arising. Like, why wouldn't they just choose the first option, because it's better? But now I also know that kids are not the same, and I know my kids are not the same. They've different personalities. They are different. They are different human beings. So yeah, it's like, oh God, help us, Lord, help us, help all the parents that are in this situation right now. That's all we can do, guys, is just pray for one another, pray for these kids that they make wise decisions. And if they go to college is a good thing. It's a good thing. Especially in this economy, it's like, yeah, go to college, but just make sure you finish the college and go further, because the things are hard. Things are expensive, and yeah, you need a good job. If you're going to be working, you need a really good job that pays really well. So guys, if you are in the same shoes like ours, all I can say is, you pray for us, I pray for you. That's all we can do, and try and surrender all, because it's not easy. Surrendering, it's not easy, because you just feel like, oh, I'm losing control, but at the end of the day, we have no control whatsoever. So, just praying for strength for one another and surrendering all this to God, because at the end of the day, we can only advise our children, lay the consequences, and lay our concerns. We can only explain them, and hopefully they will make a wise decision, because reaching a compromise with these kids can be hard sometimes. With these grown kids, it can be hard, but we can only hope that when we tell them, or of the consequences and the concern we have, they will make a wise decision. But at the end of the day, we can only trust and tremble. At the same time, knowing in our hearts that at the end of the day, it will work out for their good, because we know that God's will for us is never to harm us. It's always for our good. So at the end of the day, whatever the decision they will make, we can only trust and believe that it's going to work out for their good. And I've just learned, I've learned that whenever I let go of controlling their situation and their decisions, it always turns out better. I end up becoming a blessing to my children, because whether they know it or not, their decisions, whatever they will decide, becomes more like a better decision. I don't know, but I just find it easier that when we let go of control, and especially controlling their decisions, it's just it becomes easier for us. So guys, yeah, let's just keep on praying for one another. We need one another. We need to lift each other in prayers, because hey, yeah, life keep on happening. But yeah, we'll be starting to go visiting these colleges and see whether they pick the college they want or they change their mind. Hopefully they go with my first option: get you a job, take a break from school. That's fun. Travel the world. Maybe I don't know, guys. I just feel like that's the best thing to do sometimes for some of these kids. But if your child is so focused, they know what they want, then hey, college is the best. It's the best way to do it, especially in this economy. College will be the best bet. But also, there's nothing wrong with you going to work and traveling first, and then going back to college while you are young. There's nothing wrong with that. It just gives you a time to discover those things that those talents, those gifts that are inside of you already. But at the end of the day, we will give God the glory, because it will work out for the good. It will work out. So that's it, guys, for this video. So pray for us. We'll be praying for you too if you are in the same situation. And we know that whatever decision these kids make, it will work out for their good. Until next time, guys, stay blessed. See you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.